South Korea to implement Green New Deal after ruling party's election win. Plan includes large-scale investments in renewable energy, a carbon tax, the phase-out of coal financing by public institutions, and supporting workers' transition to green jobs.
Here's a summary of the article.
South Korea is on track to set a 2050 carbon neutrality goal and end coal financing after its ruling Democratic Party won an absolute majority in the country's parliamentary elections on Wednesday. The Democratic Party's decisive victory will enable President Moon to press ahead with its newly adopted Green New Deal agenda during the last 2 years of his mandate. In its climate manifesto published last month, the Democratic Party promised to pass a Green New Deal law that would steer the country's transformation into a low-carbon economy. Jessica Yun, of the South Korean advocate group Solutions for Our Climate, told Climate Home News she now expected climate change and energy issues to become more prominent within the national political debate. This is a clear mandate and opportunity for the party to implement these policies, said Ursula Fuentes Hutfilter, a senior climate policy advisor specialized in the Asia-Pacific region at research group Climate Analytics. Under its existing climate plan, South Korea pledged to cut emissions 37% below projected business-as-usual levels by 2030. Climate Action Tracker ranked that target as highly insufficient to meet the goal of the Paris Deal to limit global warming to well below 2°C. South Korea is the world's 7th largest carbon emitter.
This post received a score of 65,000, with an upvote ratio of 88%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Good to hear. Hopefully it will be a success, and other countries will follow their lead.
Trudeau has already talked about using this recession, pandemic as an opportunity to build up green industry. The silver lining of this event could be the world's transition to a better energy economy.
Apparently Canada will pay ONG workers to clean up abandoned oil wells, which is better than subsidizing new pipelines. It could be compatible with a green transition.
Taxpayers paying for cleanup costs is definitely a subsidy for ONG, unless the money is taken back later on through increased taxation on the industry.
They were not going to pay for it anyway. A leaked document from the Alberta Energy Regulator showed that there was a $260 billion cleanup bill for the taxpayers. Obviously I would prefer for these companies to pay, which would increase oil prices and accelerate the transition to green energy.
The entire oil and gas industry is dependent on externalizing their costs. It's bad that we are not transitioning away from fossil fuels in more than a token way.
Oil is $17 a barrel. The next couple years are going to be a wild time for the industry. How long until Alberta kicks the can?
If a country can generate most of its own green energy, I don't see why any country wouldn't jump at the chance. It's a sound investment that pays itself back pretty fast.
Greater than I don't see why any country wouldn't jump at the chance. Unless that country's politicians have some financial interest in it not happening.
Good thing any sane country would have laws in place to prevent corruption in politics, right guys?
I've been told the US political process is a perfect, great system that elects the best leaders. It was terrible before 2016 according to my source, but now is functioning amazingly. As evidenced by our perfect response to COVID and our chart-topping numbers, per the same source.
It's always been dogshit to tell the truth.
Greater than the plan includes large-scale investments in renewable energy, the introduction of a carbon tax, the phase-out of domestic and overseas coal financing by public institutions, and the creation of a regional energy transition center to support workers' transition to green jobs. This actually has way more teeth than the USGND. Carbon pricing is the most single effective climate mitigation policy. Start volunteering if you'd like one where you live.
Cries in Australian, we has a carbon price and had it repealed.
Australia's next carbon price should have all major parties on board.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.